Extremely bullish on SpaceX post-IPO with heavy demand from retail and institutional investors, though some friction exists around index entry rules and local community backlash. Top story: SpaceX public listing unlocks a massive capital base to fund Starship and Starlink expansion, with the $85.7 billion IPO signaling a new era for space as a financial asset class. The S&P 500's rejection of fast-track entry could limit passive fund inflows, while Elon Musk's trillion-dollar revenue target, if unmet, may lead to volatility and a correction in overhyped shares. Monitor SpaceX quarterly Starlink subscriber additions and Starship program milestones closely, as these will be key drivers of whether the high valuation and revenue ambition are justified. Here's top headlines. Before I come back to this is SpaceX. It's trading at $183 as I'm recording this video. It's up from its $135 initial public offering. Space Exploration Technologies signed 2 multi-year cloud compute deals, 32-month Google Cloud Pact at $920 million per month and 3-year Anthropic Colossus compute rental at $1.2 billion per month. SpaceX Exploration Technologies raised $75 billion in record IPO at $135 per share, valuing it near $1.77 trillion. Shares jumped 19.3%, debuting on Nasdaq, later up approx 5.9% in pre-market. Peter Diamandis dismisses SpaceX valuation concerns. You're not buying just the revenue, you're buying humanity's future economy. The revenue target is orders of magnitude above current levels, but Musk's track record and Starlink's growth trajectory are cited as reasons for investor optimism. The IPO success is creating significant wealth and excitement. This makes the SpaceX IPO one of the largest in history, dwarfing many tech IPOs. The massive capital raise signals strong institutional demand and validates SpaceX market dominance in space launch and Starlink. People living near XAI data centers protest SpaceX IPO wealth disparity. This highlights growing local backlash against Musk's industrial operations, including environmental concerns. It could lead to regulatory friction and negative press, though financial impact on SpaceX is unclear. Mining tycoon Gina Reinhardt buys $1 billion SpaceX stake. S&P 500 rejects fast-track entry for SpaceX, OpenAI, as well as Anthropic. Breaking news: the overall sentiment is cautiously optimistic, with a focus on major geopolitical developments. US-Iran peace deal, which just happened, and matter of fact, our very own president decided to sign the peace agreement in an UFC fighting event. Can't get better than that. Aggressive US export controls on AI companies like Anthropic, given with minimal compliance time, risk chilling innovation and creating uncertainty for the entire AI industry regarding international operations and partnerships. Monitor the implementation of the US-Iran peace deal for market stability and regulatory shifts. Anthropic given 90 minutes to comply before export order. This was posted just about an hour ago. This aggressive enforcement action raises questions about the process in AI export controls. It signals heightened government scrutiny of AI companies, particularly those with advanced models, and could impact industry operations and international collaborations. Chinese-linked hacking group targeted US research institutions. This long-running campaign highlights ongoing cybersecurity threats to sensitive research infrastructure. It raises concerns about intellectual property theft and national security risks in academic and defense sectors. American Express acquires The Fork for $700 million from TripAdvisor. Alright, I didn't see that coming for sure. This acquisition expands American Express footprint in the dining and travel ecosystem. It reflects a trend of financial services companies integrating lifestyle and experience offerings to enhance customer loyalty. Nuvei to acquire Payoneer for approximately $2.75 billion. No wonder both Payoneer as well as Roku stock is up today. UK Prime Minister announces social media ban for under-16s. This policy move represents a significant regulatory intervention in children's online safety. It sets a precedent for other nations considering similar age-based restrictions on social media platforms, impacting tech companies, user policies, and legal frameworks. Stock market news. A post-earnings season correction is a significant risk, as valuations may be overextended and macro headwinds like inflation and geopolitical uncertainties persist. US stock market climbs the wall of worry as corporate earnings brighten and economy holds firm. This suggests broad market strength driven by fundamental factors, indicating that investors are optimistic about near-term prospects despite lingering concerns such as inflation or geopolitical risks. Zippo stock surges 33% after JP Morgan raises price target. SailPoint is acquiring Entro Security, a cybersecurity platform for managing non-human identities. There you go, ladies and gents. We'll have companies babysitting AI agents. That's the future. We're heading to stock surge as Iran deal hopes boost markets. Dell and NetApp lead earnings. Wait, pay attention to this one here. Why investors should brace for a stock market correction after earnings season. This cautionary view suggests that the current rally may be overextended, and investors should be prepared for a pullback later in the year. It balances optimism with risk awareness. Last but not the least, artificial intelligence news. The AI market is experiencing both regulatory tightening and strong corporate investment, with public sentiment demanding more oversight but also recognizing AI's transformative potential. Increased government intervention and the potential for sudden model shutdowns pose a risk to businesses relying on frontier AI models. Remember, Fable 5 didn't age well. I was a little too excited, spoke too early. AI developer shifts away from manual coding. This trend, dubbed vibe coding, is reshaping the developer role from coder to reviewer and architect. It raises questions about code quality, maintainability, and the future of software engineering jobs. And there you have it. US government orders suspension of frontier AI models. A US government order has forced the commercial suspension of 2 advanced AI models, leading to Anthropic's Fable 5 and Mythos 5 being taken offline. AI agent memory limitations exposed in practice. These limitations challenge the reliability of autonomous AI coding agents and highlight the need for more robust memory architectures to prevent self-review failures. AI deepfakes pose rising threat in midterm elections. As deepfake technology advances, its potential to spread misinformation during elections grows. This highlights urgent needs for detection tools and regulatory frameworks to protect democratic processes. Americans overwhelmingly support AI regulations. Surprise, surprise! A new study from Johns Hopkins University shows that Americans strongly favor government regulations to oversee the development and use of AI. Please correct me where I'm wrong. When was the last time government touched something and turned into gold? It actually did the opposite. Again, unpopular opinion. Salesforce acquires AI agent maker Fin for $3.6 billion. Why would they do that instead of focusing on their own company and raising their stock price? I'm not too sure how this is gonna end, or age, rather say. Global perception shifts. China seen as AI leader. And don't be surprised. The last time when China came out with their DeepSeek, you know what happened to the stock market. A new poll indicates that people around the world now view China as a leading nation in AI, surpassing the United States in public perception. Ladies and gents, that's all we have on our grid report for today. Until next time.